Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's got something in my eye. I don't know what that was. I apologize. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. Really excited for this one. Real quickly, though, as you can tell, there's only two of us. Jaden is out tonight. He's not feeling too well, so hopefully he starts to feel better. But me and Trey are going to hold down the fort here for y'all. Got a lot to talk about. I'm back with one of the other co-hosts today. I was able to do a little weekend bonus episode. Let me know if you guys like that. We plan on doing stuff like that more frequently as we continue to go on. As stuff is happening in the sports world, be able to take the time out of the weekend to keep everyone informed and up to date and all that stuff. So let us know how you feel about those, and we'll definitely be doing those moving forward. But yeah, Trey, we're gonna just hop right in, dude. We're going to do a little different order today. We typically start with football and then end with all the other stuff. But since there wasn't, it's kind of, we're in the middle of the regular season. Not a ton of stuff is happening. I would like to talk a little bit more about some other sports for the time being. We'll obviously still talk about football, but we got to talk about the World Series, bro. We have got to talk about the World Series. The game 4 is happening right now as I speak. Actually, I have it on the screen to make sure I'm staying up to date with what's happening. But the Dodgers, man, they are up 3-0. When I picked the Dodgers, I was the only one on the playbook that picked the Dodgers. I did not foresee them winning in a sweep. The Yankees can still push it to game 5, of course, but I didn't see them being this dominant in the first 3 games. So Trey, as the resident Yankees fan on the show, I just want to get your thoughts. How do you feel about the team? How do you feel about the performance? And the most specific thing, how are you feeling about Aaron Judge?
So most of you all know, Nick had a reaction on Saturday. I watched his reaction. It was good podcast episode by himself.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job. I was hyped about the series, hyped up about it. On my birthday, that was on Friday.
That was game 1. Game one.
And then game 2 happened the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday, same thing happened at 4. So Aaron Judge has been a no-show. I mean, he has not shown up well in the playoffs in his career, I believe.
No, not particularly, no.
In his career, and I'm disappointed in this team. This is the New York Yankees, in my opinion, the greatest sports franchise in the history of American sports.
Oh, wow.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, the history behind it, we're champions for a reason with Babe Ruth, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, Derek Jeter, Mickey Mantle, of course, Derek Jeter and A-Rod. But this team, they suck. They absolutely suck.
Excuse me.
I mean,
wow.
Aaron Judge has been a no-show.
I mean, he's been really bad.
I don't think this guy. I mean, we're at my day job, 806 Sports Radio, 9 to 11 every morning, guys. We'll go tune in every morning. We predicted a 67, 70 or more home run for Aaron Judge. Since we predicted his home run status for the end of the year, he has not shown up at all. He's been MIA, bro.
He's been missing. Yeah.
I mean, there should be an Amber Alert for him for this is how bad it's been, man. He has not shown up at all. And especially in the World Series, man, Juan Soto to me, he's the best player in the Yankees. And I saw the reports where he might go to the Mets and Dodgers. Yankees, you better sign that guy. You better sign that guy right now. You better sign that guy because you know what? Without him, we wouldn't be in a scenario right now. So he's carrying the whole load. I don't know why in the world game 1 and overall after 8 innings they benched Garrett Cole. Mm-hmm. I know he came off from an injury, but why would you bench Garrett Cole? I don't know. I mean,
he's been the best. He's been the best pitcher
He has
for
been.
sure.
He has been. And then that guy Freeman from the Dodgers, though. I mean, that
Freddie
guy,
Freeman, man.
man, that guy, man. I mean, that I watched that late at night on my birthday. I was walking. Unfortunately, I was out of town, walking in and out of the Airbnb because I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't sit there still. Um, that was probably one of the greatest grand slams I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's the only walk-off grand slam in World Series
Wow,
history.
that is insane, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that is insane. And but yet, I think it's over. I don't think it'll go 7 games. I think it might go to 6 games because I know that one of their old players passed away from Venezuela. I believe the
hmm
Dodgers. But I think it'll go game 6 probably. But other than that, should be over. And then, but as that Dodgers team is stacked, it really is.
They really are. They're really, really good.
And I know Shohei ain't playing good either. He ain't playing that good.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really had he hasn't had a great World Series. He had that triple in Game 1 that set up the comeback to be able to get to the 10th inning. He did have that, but outside of that, he hasn't. He's had a couple hits here and there, but he's definitely not struggled in the World Series for sure.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what though, if they win, he's to go. I mean, automatically.
Well, I mean, they didn't have him last year and they lost, or they didn't win the World Series. They have him this year, and if they win,
Isn't he at though 50
50 and 50, yeah.
And then now, top of that, he's going to win MVP regardless. I don't care what anybody says. He is the MVP.
He and Aaron Judge will both win the MVP for their respective
Aaron
conference.
He should win MVP. He should not win MVP. He's been. I mean, this is the Amber Alert going off my phone right now for Aaron Judge right now. It ain't happening right, but it should happen right now. Yeah, the police department in New York City should put an Amber Alert for a whole city. CNN should breaking reporting right now. Sports Center should be as well. But that ain't the case.
Oh man,
Yankees should better get it done. I'm disappointed. I hopped them up all year.
Excuse me.
I have to say about this. I can't.
So just for everyone to understand how bad Aaron Judge has been in the first 3 games. So the overall batting average in the World Series across every player in any World Series, the average, okay, 0.265. Okay, 0.265. Because you get deeper into the postseason, the pitching gets harder. It just gets more difficult, obviously, as you go deeper into the playoffs. But so that's the average for anyone. That's including, no sluggers, no designated hitters, nothing like that. That's not just their numbers. That's everyone. Aaron Judge's batting average in the first 3 games of the World Series. Are you ready for this?
What is it?
0.083. He has a 0.083 batting average.
I can go do that right now, bro.
I mean, yeah, you probably could, because you would you wouldn't hit it like him. I mean, there's a chance that you could, at least do something. Maybe you get walked. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get hit.
But it's been a rough go of it for Aaron Judge. I'm a little worried about him. How his mental is after something like this. This Yankees team is loaded. They're obviously one of the 2 highest payroll teams in the MLB, them and the Dodgers. Funnily enough, they're both in the World Series. But you picked up Juan Soto to try to put you over the edge. You have Giancarlo Stanton, an all-time playoff performer. You have, going into the series, everyone said the Yankees have the best starting pitchers, led by Cole, and everything is flipped on its head. The Yankees bats have gone completely cold. Their starting pitching they've been outplayed by the Dodgers starting pitchers. Yamamoto in Game 2 was fantastic. He was unbelievable. He made it all the way to the 6th inning. He was awesome. Only had 1 hit, gave up 1 hit in 6 innings. It's a rough go of it for the Yankees fans right now. At best, so you win this game. You would get Cole would be pitching Game 5. That's kind of the one thing that you kind of have to rest on. Like if we win game 4, at least we get Cole game 5. But if you win game 5, you still have to play game 6.
Yeah.
Ohtani did have a dislocated shoulder. He's a little injured right now. I think it was his left shoulder, so not his right shoulder, but he bats either side. So it's not. He's obviously going to be batting. He'll be batting. I think he'll be batting lefty the rest of the series, likely. But it's just really rough. The Dodgers have completely outplayed him. Their manager, the Dodgers manager, has been unbelievable in this World Series. The legendary Dave Roberts. He's a great manager. He was a part of that Red Sox team in 2004 that came back from 2003 against the Cubs. So he knows what it feels like to be on the other side. So he knows how to prep his team to not let something like that happen. But I was really hoping, especially after that first World Series game, that we were going to just get an awesome series. And games 2 and 3 were just pure domination by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's been rough. Freddie Freeman has now hit a home run in today's game in game 4. So he's the first player to hit a home run in the first 4 games of the World Series. And he has the longest streak for most home runs in a length of World Series games. I believe it's 6 now, because he had hit one in the World Series he was in previous, and he's hit 4. So 5. I think it might be 6. He hit 2, and now he's hit 4. So I think it's 6. But yeah, I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. And Juan Soto's not even signed yet. You could lose him this offseason. And he could go to the Dodgers. If he goes to the Dodgers, just cancel the season. Give him everything. It doesn't matter. Give him everything that there is to give. But yeah, man, rough day to be a Yankees fan. Rough week to be a Yankees fan. The best you can hope for is a chance for a chance for a chance, right? It's
bad.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It is really, really bad. And Aaron Judge is a baller too. He's a baller. I mean, a couple years ago, he had 61 home runs.
Yeah, and he's one of 3 guys who have ever hit 50 home runs in multiple, I think 3 different seasons. One of them being Babe Ruth. I mean, he's in really good company. So
yeah,
he's a regular season performer. He makes a ton of money. He's probably the second best player in the MLB, only to Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. And he has just ghosted.
Man,
I mean, all the LeBron haters thought 2011 was bad. This is 2011 on steroids.
Oh yeah,
I'm referring to the 2011 series, the Mavs versus the Heat. I mean, Aaron Judge. This is literally like think of your favorite player ever, right? Or one of the best players you can think of. Just think of an all-time great in any sport. For example, imagine if I'll use Michael Jordan for an example. Obviously, Aaron Judge isn't Michael Jordan, but this is the equivalent of Michael Jordan going into an NBA Finals game and literally averaging like 5 points. That's how bad he's been.
That's terrible.
I mean, it's really, really bad. I mean, it's like if Tom Brady just threw up a stinker in the Super Bowl, just 100 yards, 5 picks, like Tom Brady in his prime. That's what this is like. It's bad. It's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad. And they can't win without him. They can't win without him being elite.
Like Aaron Rodgers right there, bro.
So I was saying a couple weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers, that Aaron Judge is the best Aaron in New York. I don't think that's true anymore. I think it's up for debate between those 2 guys on who the best is. I guess it's who's the worst, but
throw it in the air. Go for a hot dog and see who wins.
Yeah, for real. It's been bad. It's been rough, but at least we got a good game 1 for sure. Hopefully, I'm hoping the Yankees can make it competitive. I don't really have a horse in the race. I obviously picked the Dodgers, but I just want to watch good baseball. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Unless you have anything else to add, bro. Like,
no, I can't, bro.
Yeah, it's bad. It's just bad, right? It's just rough. So
I can't.
If you guys got spoiled a little bit by Trey's shirt. I don't know if you can see that. He's repping some Lakers merch, some purple and gold. We're going to talk a little bit about the Lakers. They've played 4 games now, as you guys know. I'm a big LeBron fan. Trey's a big LeBron fan. But I really want to kind of just talk about JJ Redick.
Oh yeah.
So this is they had the first 3-0 start in
since Phil Jackson.
Since Phil Jackson. I mean, a long time ago. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, it's only 4 games. It's only 4 games. You guys don't realize that we watched the Lakers starts to the 2 years Darvin Ham was there. They were horrible at the beginning of the season.
Oh man,
and they would put themselves in horrible spots. I believe at one point they were like 5-12 or something in one of those Darvin Ham starts, like the first 20 games. So this start is big. I don't care that it's only 4 games, but they're 3-1. They just lost to the Suns. I want to go back a couple of days and talk about the Kings game really quickly. So the reason why I think this is a pretty cool game, obviously LeBron's performance was masterful. We'll talk about what he was able to do, but it's AD's very first win against Domantas Sabonis, his very first one. And as I'm talking, the Yankees just hit a solo home run. It is 6-4. Austin Wells just hit a solo homer. So maybe the Yankees will push it to 5. We'll see. So AD finally gets his win versus Sabonis. The Lakers win 131-127. LeBron James goes just ballistic. 32 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. He had 16 points in the fourth quarter, and he was quite literally perfect in the fourth quarter. He did not miss a shot, neither did AD. AD finished with 31, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. All I'm saying before I let you go, I want to really break down the JJ Redick stuff, how we feel about him, how we feel about the Lakers this year. But my AD MVP pick ain't looking too bad right now.
No, it's not.
That's all I'm saying. This season, 4 games, I get it. But since I said he was going to be MVP, he's averaging 30, 33, 12, 3 assists, multiple blocks, 2.5 blocks on 55% shooting. But just saying, hey, maybe I know a thing or two. We'll see. I hope he can stay healthy like he did last year. But yeah, man, I want to talk about JJ Redick. I was a skeptic. I think a lot of people were. I think it was valid to be a skeptic, right? You got a guy who has never coached in his life. He played basketball. I get it. He played professional basketball. He had a great career. Yeah, I mean, he has no experience, and I watch him go in there and completely transform this team. Okay. This is pretty much the same team as last year, right? You added Dalton Connect, who's been awesome. He's been incredible. Their rookie that they picked up. But for the most part, it's the same team. It's the same core, right? The main core being LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura. Now you're getting, Gabe Vincent's able to play at the beginning of this year. He was hurt at the beginning of last year, but this is the same team.
Yeah.
I've watched probably well over 100 Lakers games in the past 2 years because I'm trying to watch as much of LeBron as I can before he ultimately, inevitably retires, just because I'm just trying to, make up for all the years that I didn't like him because he whooped up on Derrick Rose all the time. And I got mad at him for that. I apologize to LeBron. Don't worry. But I'm trying to catch up for lost time. Right. So I've watched over 100 Lakers games in the past 2 years, likely. And this team, you can attest to this too, bro, is completely different. They run great offense. They move the ball. They have actual defensive sets, good rotations, good lineups. Like what are your, like, how are you feeling about JJ right now? Because we were both skeptics, rightfully so, I believe. How you feel?
I was a little skeptical about it, but not a lot, because I know I've watched his podcast, All Men in the Three, before he became a coach. He was really smart basketball wise.
Oh yeah,
he knew the game inside out. I mean, he went toe to toe with people on ESPN, especially with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never seen Stephen A. get cooked like that. The way
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I mean, that guy, he even went after. I mean, he didn't care. Mm-mm. And this is JJ Redick for you. This guy's mindset is an alpha. He's an aura around this guy. He don't care. He don't care who you are. He don't care if you're Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James,
LeBron James.
and he will go after you and hold you accountable.
Mm,
And
yeah.
Darvin Ham last year, I saw TikTok. I saw something on TikTok one year. I think it was last year in the playoffs. Darvin Ham was trying to draw a play. He couldn't drop a play.
Well, real quickly, I saw a picture of his. So it was a Bleacher Report thing, and it was showing the two different huddles. Darvin Ham had his clipboard, and he had written on there, "Contest without fouling," and he put 3 underlines under fouling on the play on the whiteboard where you draw plays. That's what he had on there.
Do you see that? Thank God he got let go. I couldn't stand it anymore. I mean, maybe at JJ Redick last year, he probably would have beaten the Nuggets. He probably would have. Because Darvin Ham,
I don't know, man. It's likely
because Darvin Ham, his rotations were terrible. Years ago too, and when he went to the Western Conference Finals, it was awful.
Torian Prince, who
I mean, dude, I can't, man. I couldn't do it. But JJ Redick. I mean, I tell you what, if he makes it to the playoffs, number 1 seed and a top 5 seed in Western Conference, he's coach of the year. He will be coach of the year this year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's been awesome. I don't think people realize that you have to have watched lots of games from the last 2 years to realize how great he's been.
Yeah,
and a lot of people might be saying it's just 4 games. He's overrated, this or that. Guys, I promise you, watch like 20 games from the last 4 years, any random game you want to, and look at the offense then compared to now. Because those 2 years ago, the last 2 years, Darvin Ham he doesn't have an offense. He doesn't have a working offense. So what did he do? Literally, AD, please save me. LeBron, please save me. If it was 2018 LeBron, 2012 LeBron, all the younger LeBron, 2007 LeBron, he would have been able to do what he did then and just carry them all the way to the finals. But last year he was 38. The year before he was 37, and he can't do that all the time anymore. So LeBron needs to be in a good system. Right. Yeah. He can't take the game over. Like, well, he can take the game over sometime, like in quarters. But you guys know 2018 LeBron, he would literally just own, like, go watch the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals and you'll understand what I'm talking about. He would just completely dominate the game, every game, all 48 minutes, because he would play all 48 minutes in that series in game 6 and 7. I believe he played all 48 in both of those. That's what I mean. He can't do that anymore. He could do it for a quarter. He can do it for a quarter here, maybe a half here, a half there, but he can't do it the whole game, especially not in the regular season. But they're working through AD. They're using AD's ability to pass. They're setting screens. They're running these awesome actions that get shooters wide open, like Dalton Connect, Austin Reeves. In that Suns game that they lost, Austin Reeves actually had a great look at a 3 to win the game. He just missed it, but it was a great look. And he got it off of it. It's really cool. He got it off of a play that LeBron and JJ Redick talked about on their podcast before, he became the coach, and they got it off that play. He just missed it, but it was a good look, right? So,
and one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I heard this a lot throughout the whole summer about LeBron, JJ Redick. LeBron's reason why JJ is the coach. Well, here's the deal. So if you want to go that far, Michael Jordan wanted Phil to be the coach, and he quit on the Bulls.
In '98, he quit. He literally retired because Phil wasn't coming back. That's very true.
He wanted that coach. So if he wanted to hold against Jordan, I love Jordan too. Love MJ. I mean, look at Tim Duncan. He wanted Popovich there all the time. If he was not there, he would have left.
Yeah.
The NBA, yes, it's the players. It's a players' league. I mean,
absolutely.
They controlled everything basically, except. But I don't know why people blame. I don't know why people are blaming LeBron for this stuff. But
I could tell you why if you want me to.
Why? Go ahead.
They blame him for everything because he's held to the highest standard of any NBA player ever, including Michael Jordan. That's why he's blamed for everything.
Yeah, and not only that, last year I saw Wembanyama get a lot of praise for what he did and carrying the team like that. And guess what? Go on Cold Pizza at the time when Skip was on ESPN. Will Bond did too. Story Scott did too. he held LeBron accountable for not taking his team to the playoffs as a rookie. As a rookie,
He's 18
he's
too,
18
by the
years
way.
old, dude. He really got legal to vote. He got legal.
I don't even know if he was able to make it to the polls at that point. I don't know. That's how young he was. He was so young.
But
yeah.
I don't know why this JJ Redick is saving the Lakers franchise that was mediocre last year. I tell you what, I first didn't think Lakers were. I thought 2020 LeBron was last championship run with Frank Vogel and that team.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think that trend's coming back now on me. I think LeBron probably went 2 more, and he might win 2 more. To be honest with you, he might win 2 more.
I mean, the way for the path for the Lakers is AD being the best player, and for the most part, and LeBron being the best player on a night or two here and there, like the night versus the Kings when he went ballistic. That's what I'm talking, stuff like that. Guys, LeBron is 39 years old. I know everyone hears that. Everyone understands that. But he can't do what he used to be able to do. The fact that he
probably can do it. He doesn't want to do it.
He needs to save that kind of energy for the playoffs. He can't do that in the regular season. If you go back 2 years ago when they made it to the Western Conference Finals, he did that versus the Grizzlies in that series.
And he's on a broken foot too.
And he was on torn plantar fascia on his foot, and he ran out of steam against the Nuggets. I think he's going to have way more energy because of JJ Redick. First off, I want to say I was dead wrong about JJ. I was nervous. He's been unbelievably good, and I want to talk about the Suns game. I'm going to do something that a lot of fans of other basketball players can't do, and it's criticize their favorite player. LeBron was horrible versus the Suns a couple nights ago. I believe it was. Let me get the
11.
It was the 28th is yesterday. They played yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
LeBron was awful. He was bad. He was really bad. And of course I can say that because I'm not one to make excuses. He said he wasn't feeling well, but he played. Yeah, he played. Did. He went out there and he played. And when you go out there and play, you don't have any excuses, And he was 3 for 14. He had 11 points. He has like 1,000 game streak of over 10 points. He barely made it. He hit a 3 to keep the game close late in the fourth that put him at that 10-point mark. But he went 11. He had 8 assists still, which is still really good, and 5 rebounds in 36 minutes, a minus 17. He was bad, right? But the reason why I'm saying this is they lost. So Devin Booker went for 33. KD went for 30. They combined for 63. LeBron played probably the worst game I've seen him play in a long, long time. And the Lakers lost by 4.
Man,
they lost by 4. I don't think AD went ballistic. He had 29, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. He didn't have a career game. Rui Hachimura had a nice game. He had 20. Austin Reeves was awesome in that game. He had 23. But LeBron played horrible, and they barely lost.
Yeah.
LeBron's averages last year, I believe, were around 25, 7, and 7, roughly. If LeBron had his average numbers for the last couple of years, they probably win that game by double digits.
Yeah.
And the reason why they were able to stay in that game was because of JJ Redick. And I don't know if you saw JJ Redick's post-game presser.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He was angry. Guys, go watch. I highly recommend it. Go watch the October 28th post-game presser, JJ Redick. He was mad. Guys, it's the 4th game of the season, of an 82-game season, and he looked like he was going to rip somebody's head off. He was so angry.
I don't want to cover that guy yet.
And you know what Darvin Ham would have said? That's a great ball club over there. Salute.
Oh, he left. Well, Nick left. I agree with what Nick said. It was about going over there, but you know what? Nick, man. Probably get him back. Oh, there's Nick right here.
Do you see the Darvin Ham curse, guys? I talked about him for 5 seconds and it kicked me out of StreamYard. Guys, that's exactly what the Lakers were without Darvin Ham. You know, they were bad connection is what they had, bad connection. Dude, I talk about it for 5 seconds, and in the first time in 8 episodes now that happens when I'm talking about Darvin Ham.
Oh man. Hey, Jaden, we did tribute for you, bro.
That was for Jaden. That was for my boy Jaden.
But you know, I agree with you. I mean, but I don't know. I better not hear anything about Jordan's fans saying, "Oh, Jordan goes 38 and he was sick." I already know it's gonna happen, so be ready.
Jordan was in his physical prime when he did that. I think that was one of the better versions of Jordan. He's still really athletic, and he had rested for 2 years because he quit playing the game. I don't know why we don't ever say anything about that, but anyways, we'll have a big episode about the GOAT debate, guys. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming. Be ready. Oh man, I'm really excited for that. But he was 35, but he had retired for a couple of years to play baseball, so he was really fresh still. Yeah, and like LeBron played bad. It happens.
Yeah,
Steph Curry's had games where he had barely anything. Kevin Durant's had games where it happens, right? LeBron, it took him to be 39 years old, playing 4 games in 5 nights, not feeling well, to finally have a really horrible game. But he still had a really horrible game, and we're going to hold him to that. But the Lakers have a ton of stuff to look forward to. They only lost by 4. Dalton Connect, their rookie, who's been great, 0 points in that game. They got 8 points from their bench and 11 points from LeBron, guys, and they lost by 4. And they had a chance to win the game with an open shot. And the Suns team they're good. The Lakers had just beaten them, and the Lakers were up. They were up big, and then in the second quarter. And I was saying before the ghost of Darvin Ham disconnected me, I was trying to talk about JJ Redick's presser. And he said, the first thing he did, he took accountability. He said, it's on me. He said, if there's anything to nitpick, it's me. And then he goes on to say, if we had a 14-point quarter, that's my fault. He said, that's my fault. And he also said that they should have started blitzing Kevin Durant sooner. KD was making some crazy shots, like crazy shots, but I'm super excited for this Lakers season.
Yeah, I think Suns still show a little bit of human too, because I mean, despite the win, it's all 30% from the 3, and the Lakers outscored them from the 3-point percentage as well. But I do agree with you about the Lakers. JJ Redick, he's a big bonus to that team, man. I mean, I never seen a coach since Phil Jackson was there. Coach a team holding people accountable.
And guys, this is what makes great coaches, guys who can hold the best of the best accountable. Do you think Michael Jordan was held accountable by Phil Mickelson? Wrong sport. Phil Jackson?
Yeah, he was. So
he was. Kobe was also held accountable, and Shaq was held accountable, all by Phil Jackson. And Pat Riley held all of his guys accountable. Oh, like crazy. The Showtime Lakers, he held them all accountable. You look, Greg Popovich, he held Tim Duncan accountable. He held all those guys, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, all the legends, all the greats. Steve Kerr has held Steph Curry accountable. Eric Spoelstra held LeBron and D Wade accountable. It can go on and on and on. I loved his energy after that. Like, you're mad after 4 games, your first loss ever is in your Darvin. I'm not going to talk about him. I don't want to get disconnected again. But the coach previously definitely would not have been that upset, and he would have probably said it was someone else's fault, not his own. He's going to hold his guys accountable. They're going to have a rough practice. They probably did, and then they're going to Cleveland.
People say Bronny might start there.
They're saying it's likely Bronny will play. It'll probably be like the first game, guys. Please, guys. If Bronny goes in for 2 minutes, nobody's allowed to be angry. 2 minutes, okay? It's LeBron James in Cleveland, and he's playing with his son. He has earned the right to have his son check in with him for 30 seconds for 3 plays. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because AD's going to go ballistic and LeBron's going to be rested and go crazy because it's in Cleveland. JJ Redick's going to have a great game plan. Hey, man, All I'm saying, this Lakers team can definitely make a push. I think AD needs to be the focus, and I think he has been. LeBron had to go crazy in the Kings game. He did so.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say about the LeBron though. He did carry a bunch of talent in the Olympic squad. He carried Ant-Man.
He was Olympic MVP, by the way.
Yeah, he was. He carried the whole team on his back.
Yeah.
People who were younger than him, he carried them.
The Avengers. Yeah.
But I'm gonna talk about one person that's not the Lakers. I'm talking about Joel Embiid. I thought about this.
Go for it, bro.
So Joel Embiid said he doesn't want to play back-to-back games in the NBA.
He said he'll never play one again, by the way.
He will never play one ever again. But LeBron said after the win against Sacramento, I'm planning on playing 82 games.
He wants to play every game.
Joel Embiid is younger than this guy. And LeBron's almost 40.
So Joel Embiid is 30 years old, and LeBron turns 40 in 2 months. Under 2 months.
Joel Embiid, what the heck is that statement, bro? What is that statement, bro? You were an MVP 2 years ago. You had a Michael Jordan MVP. You held that Michael Jordan MVP. If I'm Jordan, I'm calling to get that statue back from Joel Embiid. That is insulting to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And this guy said he doesn't want to play back-to-back games. Imagine me, Nick, saying, "Oh, I don't want to do the podcast every Tuesday." How would you feel about that, Nick?
I'd be a little confused given the fact that you wanted to do it in the first place. It's something you're passionate about and want to do. I'd be pretty shocked and a little disappointed. Yeah.
You see, I'm disappointed in Joel Embiid. If I went to 806 Sports Radio, told Kenny, I'm gonna half-hearted. I'm gonna shoot it. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not fully committed to it. He will tell me straight up. And Kenny will tell you this too. He's really real. He would tell you straight up, okay, then leave, get out. You ain't waste my time. Top of that, he has connections with people of ESPN, at Fox Sports, Channel 4 here in Amarillo, Channel 10 here in Amarillo. He knows people in Lubbock and DC and Vegas. If I came in every single day, I don't want to come every day. I'm tired. It's tiring. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? I want to be there because you know why? Because I want to be there. I love being there. And for Joel Embiid to say, "Oh, play back-to-back games," that's insulting to the NBA, man. Why you be in the NBA then? If you're half-hearted. And guess what? You know why this guy's not healthy? Because he's out of shape. Number one, and this guy's always injured. So, and the crazy thing is about this, Nick. They call this guy the modern day Shaq. Shaq should be mad for that. Shaq's the most dominant player in the NBA.
He probably is pretty mad about that.
And Shaq played every single game despite him being injured. He wanted to be on the court.
Yeah.
Man, this guy, I can't believe I heard this guy say this out of his mouth. That is insulting to the NBA. Joel Embiid should be ashamed of himself for saying that on to a beat writer in Philadelphia. That is insane, man. Nick, what do you guys say?
Yeah. So I got some stats up here. So the old guard of the NBA, typically people consider it to be LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant are kind of like that, the older generation superstars. So last year, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant are both 35, and LeBron was 39 for the majority of last season, 38, 39. Steph Curry last year played 74 games. Kevin Durant, notoriously, pretty injury prone. He's had the Achilles and multiple calf injuries. He played 75 games last year. And LeBron James at 38, 39 played 71 games last year. And Joel Embiid's most games he's ever played in his career, 2021 and 22 season, was 68 games. And these guys have all played for 15 plus seasons, LeBron 20 plus seasons. It's just kind of a joke, to be honest. You have Like you literally have to rip Steph Curry's ankles off to make him not play basketball. You have to like go through all these sorts of hoops. Like Kevin Durant has to be in like hospitalized after a surgery to not play basketball. And the only time LeBron ever doesn't play is because he's like, guys, I've been playing for 20 years. I just need a break, like just one game. And he only takes those breaks when he's actually injured. If he's healthy, he plays. LeBron doesn't miss unless he's actually injured. Yeah, I've never seen injury management on the injury report for LeBron or load management. It's always because of his ankle, his foot, something like that. And this guy is now going to be 40. Steph Curry is now going to be 36, and Kevin Durant's also going to be 36. It's just, I mean, it's just really like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Guys back in the 90s used to, Michael Jordan played all 82 five times. You know, I could go on and on about all these, you know, older superstars from generations past who've played all 82. I'm not even asking Joel to play all 82. Can you play 70? Because I'll tell you what, one guy who gets just absolutely bashed all the time, they call him street clothes, Anthony Davis. They literally call him street clothes, and they bash him for how many games. Yeah, I'm sick of him getting all that hate and Joel Embiid getting nothing. Anthony Davis played 76 games last year.
That's the most he's ever played in his career.
It's the most. He played 75 a couple times in New Orleans in his early 20s. He played 76 games last year. He's worked hard on his body. He put on more muscle last offseason, so he was able to, you know, take the physical punishment, and it paid dividends. And Joel Embiid comes into camp, and there's reports that he's like he's not in basketball shape whatsoever. It's just like, bro, you're an MVP and the face of a franchise, and it's like you don't even want to be. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And not to mention he's never been in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know, one thing real quick, and we're kind of devolving into this basketball talk, but it's totally fine. There's not much football stuff going on right now. And the longer we do this, you know, maybe I can push the tech game off the list. So maybe we'll just keep going. Your favorite guy, Stephen A. Smith, has said multiple times that Kawhi Leonard is the worst superstar ever. I think we should give that title to Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, he's won an MVP. Guys, do y'all know that Trae Young has been to a conference finals game? Trae Young's like 5'11". And I'm not even saying that to like be disrespectful. He does not have the physical gifts Joel Embiid has. Joel Embiid is 7'1". He weighs 300 pounds. He's huge, massive man.
And he's really good. He's talented.
Joel Embiid's extremely talented. He's athletic. He's got a great mid-range game. He's got great touch for a big man. Trae Young actually beat the Sixers in the playoffs. Guys, like Ant Edwards been to an Western Conference Finals.
He's only 22.
Like, he's literally a baby. Like, Jimmy Butler's taken his team to the finals twice by himself. Like him and Bam Adebayo and like Tyler Hero and like a bunch of guys you've probably never heard of. No disrespect to them, but just it's not like a loaded team. Joel Embiid has been given James Harden, now Paul George, who doesn't play anymore either, and Tyrese Maxey. Like all these guys, obviously James Harden's gone now, but Tyrese Maxey's a stud.
Yeah.
Paul George is a good player. They haven't played together yet, but he's had talent.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a conversation about this guy. He's not Joker. Joker's way better than him. Way better than him, clears him by far. I mean, you can go, the list just is pretty long of guys who you'd take over him in terms of like what they do on the court.
Yeah.
I'm like one of Jason Tatum's biggest doubters, and I would take Jason Tatum on my team over Joel Embiid in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. He wants it too. He loves
in a heartbeat. I mean, at least Jason Tatum cares and he doesn't get hurt and he plays through injury like he did in the finals versus the Warriors on a bum ankle. Like, Joel Embiid like has like a tiny little backache and he has to sit out for 7 weeks. I'm like, dude, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even think about Joel Embiid, but we got to have
Yeah.
a conversation about this guy. Like,
Yeah, and one more thing. You know, I've always been taught growing up, love what you do and be great at it. And then I've heard Kobe Bryant say that all the time when he was rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. He idolizes Kobe Bryant by the way, Joel Embiid. If Kobe Bryant heard that, he would have lost he would have lost his mind. You know, if Joel Embiid, if you don't play back to back games, bro, then you might as well just retire because you're cheating the game.
mm-hmm.
You're cheating yourself, bro. If I don't show up prepared every single day to 806 Sports Radio and this podcast, bro, I'm cheating myself. I'm not really committed to it. But you know what? I have a goal. I want to be on ESPN one day. I want to be on FS1 one day. I want to cover my favorite athletes because you know why? I'm willing to sacrifice everything to be great, bro. You know, I started watching a show called The Apprentice of, I'm not gonna say the guy's name because people hate him, but he sacrificed his own. I mean, people on that show sacrificed their own jobs to be on that show. I've seen people on Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay sacrificing their jobs too to own a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, you graduated. You know what kitchen life is like.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? This I will admit that he should. If I'm Joe Embiid, if you ain't full committed to the game, bro, then retire. You're cheating the game. You're cheating yourself, and we can tell a basketball story without you, bro, because you don't want to be part of that story. And when it's all said and done, or if you don't, when it's all said and done, Joel Embiid, you may be the most overhyped person in the history I've ever heard and seen in any sport. Because you are cheating yourself. You're cheating the game. You shouldn't even be in the NBA if you don't want to be part of the game. Heck, I wish I played sports in high school. You know why? I couldn't play because my lungs, my health was terrible. But I wanted to be on the court, but I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
play. People wish Nick that they were where Joe Embiid's at. People wish that,
Yeah.
and that's crazy, man. We gotta carry on from that topic. I can't. I got a lot more to say about that guy, and we're not gonna do it yet. Maybe one day on the episode we should, but I am really, and that's insulting to the game of basketball. That's insulting.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
really, really insulting, man. I mean, I do agree with you. I mean, he might be a real superstar in the history of the NBA. He might be.
I mean, he doesn't really perform in the playoffs, and it's the reason why I think we're both so upset about it is because we know how good he could be. Because when he's healthy
He's amazing, man.
and he plays, he's awesome. And he's literally won an MVP. His MVP year, he averaged 33, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and had like he's a good free throw shooter. He can hit the three, great mid range, dominant in the paint, really big, strong guy. It's just sad because we know what he could be, and I think he knows what he could be, and it's just unfortunate that that's kind of how it's turned out. But I don't ever want to hear him in the conversation with anyone like anyone that's Jason Tatum or better. Just put Joel Embiid out of that conversation. He's not in it.
Geez.
He's not in it.
He's not.
LeBron, Steph, KD, Joker, Giannis, Jimmy Butler, Ant. I mean, I could literally go on. Jason Tatum. You could go on and on and on about guys who it's just really sad. And I didn't like the way he said that he wasn't going to play back-to-backs. He just kind of, it's whatever.
You know what I'm playing for this? I blame Greg Popovich for this load management stuff. I blame that guy for this. I blame him for this stuff. He started this whole load management stuff. I blame Pop for this stuff. I blame it.
Well, the thing with Popovich is he did originate it, but the issue with us, we can't really get mad at him because it worked for him. He won multiple titles using that. And it was only later in his guy's career, like in Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan's career, that he would do that. Like Joel Embiid's like in his prime. Like if you go and look at we're gonna pull up Tim Duncan really quickly here. This isn't even on our list. We're just gonna go with it though. If you look at Tim Duncan in his prime, from like, physical prime from 26 on, so his 26-year-old season. Well, I guess we start with 24. He played 82 when he was 24. He played 82 when he was 25. He played 81 when he was 26. He played 68 when he was 27, 66 when he was 28, 80 when he was 29, 80 when he was 30. A handful of seasons in the high 70s, 76 when he was 34. And then they started kind of load managing. He played 58. That was the lockout season, though, so that doesn't really count. In 2010, 2011. 2011, 2012. I'm sorry, 2011, 2012. 2012, 2013, 60, 69. Then the next year, 74, 77. And then his final year, he played 60. So that's all just going to say that even when he was being load managed, he was still playing more than Joel Embiid was for the most part. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got carry on from that guy. I can't, man.
Yeah.
I can't.
Some crazy stuff. Yeah. I mean, we both really, really love basketball. As you can tell, we're really passionate about basketball. I think we're both a little more passionate about basketball than football in terms of the players and stuff like that. Cause it is a players league. And of course I love LeBron. I just love the game. I fell in love with it when I was young, and it's just really fun to talk about. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the regular season of basketball, but we'll kind of pick out the big stories and stuff like that. We'll talk about the Mavs too at some point. I want to talk about them and what I said I can change my finals pick. I forgot how many games I gave myself. Do you remember? I'll have to go back and look at that episode, but it's kind of tilting towards the Lakers. Each game I watch JJ Redick, each post-game presser, each huddle when he's drawing a play, like a real life play. And he's got the circle and he actually is drawing like a play on his clipboard, and it's not contest without fouling.
Man, we actually got a coach, bro, since Phil Jackson.
It's a real life coach, and he looks like young Pat Riley. And I that's all I'm going to say.
Go say it, bro.
I'm not even going to say anything. I really like JJ Redick. He made me eat my words, and he's been awesome. And I love watching the Lakers games now because I'm not like, oh my Lord, there's no offense. It's LeBron and AD or die. And it's really refreshing. Austin Reeves is getting utilized. Rui Hachimura, who I've always been a really big fan of, is being utilized and been awesome. Man,
bro.
Really excited for this NBA season.
Same.
There's a lot of teams and stuff that I want to go over, and we'll continue to do so. Probably for the remainder of the NFL season, we'll do kind of like this, where it's more half and half, because there's not a like how many people are like desperately wanting us to talk about every 12 o'clock NFL game? Probably not a lot. So we're gonna split it up like this, kind of maybe do like big portions of basketball here and there, and then big portions of football here and there. But that being said, we're going to move on to a couple NFL games, unless you have anything else to add about anything in the NBA.
No.
All right.
Go Lakers, man.
Hey, really exciting stuff to watch. And it looks like this is all happening live. It looks like the Yankees will be taking game 4. It's the bottom of the 8th. They are up 6-4. So we'll see. I would love a game 5. But yeah, man, we're going to move on here, guys. We're going to talk about last week's Thursday night game. That would be the Rams and the Vikings. The Vikings played at the Rams. I just briefly want to go over this because my thoughts on the Rams are kind of being justified, and my thoughts on the Vikings are kind of being justified. The Vikings now losing 2 in a row. They lose to the Lions last week, week 7. Then they lose to the Rams. Now they're 5-2. What are your thoughts on, I guess, on the Vikings as a whole? Simply because I think we were all I think Jaden was a lot higher in the Vikings than we were. So yeah. Were you expecting this, like the Vikings kind of slowly falling off and stuff as they played better quarterbacks?
I did. I always thought they were a little overrated. I mean, I don't know why people believe Sam Darnold. I mean, I will admit, I'm sorry for saying this about Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I'm sorry, bro. I should have never used. I never should have never used Sam Darnold in the mention of your name. I should have never done it, bro. I'm sorry.
It was a
Sam
joke. It's okay. It was a joke.
I'm sorry, Sam Darnold. I really am sorry, bro. I really am sorry. I really am. I'm sorry. I really truly am sorry, man. Because I don't want. I don't want to one day meet him and say, "Hey, man, what the heck is wrong with you, bro?" So I'm sorry, bro. Sam Darnold. Last game, he looks awful, man. Like he looks awful. He had 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Before that, he had 4 and 3 and 3 again. An offensive rating of 88. He has offensive rating of 71 now. What is that? I knew this. I knew this was going to come. I knew it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thank God Matthew Stafford came back because I got tired of hearing the whole hype train about Sam Darnold being all this, that, and all that. In reality, just like Brock Purdy, it's Justin Jefferson's team. And it ain't Sam Darnold's team at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Without Justin Jefferson, what is he doing? Nothing.
I don't. I surely no one will disagree with you on that. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, so like I didn't think Sam Darnold played like the worst game ever. We've obviously seen him play some bad games.
Yeah.
But he didn't win them the game. He didn't lose them the game, but he didn't win them the game. And in the NFL, I think it was Colin Cowherd who said this, and it was just a really great point. So I kind of just want to briefly talk about it. I typically don't like to, use other sports people's opinions and like talk about them, but the way he just worded it made a lot of sense. And I just want to briefly say it at the beginning of the year, defenses in the NFL we saw of the first couple weeks, defenses are really tough because, all the defenders are healthy. They're good. The schemes are, new and the different, coverages and the different disguises and the different blitzes. And it just kind of takes the offense a while to get used to it. And then as the year goes on, more injuries happen on the defensive end. Guys get banged up. Offensive coordinators figure out the defensive schemes. And then when you get to that point, it kind of flips back to being who has the best coach, who has the best quarterback. That's probably who's going to win the game. That's just what happened here.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford's obviously way better than Sam Darnold. If you don't think so, you're a prisoner of the moment, or you really are a big USC fan. I have no idea. But Matthew Stafford's a Super Bowl winning quarterback who has proven that he can be the guy at the biggest spots. He throws for 4 touchdowns. He got both his guys back. He finally has weapons, people to throw to. He gets Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua back at the same time. That opens up the offense. Kyron Williams is still there. So he goes and scores 30 on a Brian Flores defense that's been awesome. Sam Darnold can't do that. And it was just who had the best coach? I think Kevin O'Connell's awesome. Sean McVay's better.
Oh, yeah.
Who had the best quarterback? Obviously, it's the Rams. That's what happened here. And I think as the year goes on, I think Kevin O'Connell's a really, really good coach, but I don't think he can outmatch the other coach like the other quarterback will outmatch his quarterback. So real quickly on the Vikings schedule, I just want to briefly talk about this. So next week they have the Colts. That's Joe Flacco Colts, because we're going to talk about something that happened with them later. Who's going to win that game? I don't know. I mean, Shane Steichen is a really good coach. I think Joe Flacco's a good serviceable quarterback. We'll see what happens in that game. Then the week after, they get the Jags. Then the week after that, they get the Titans. Then they go Bears, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, Lions. Rough. You get 3 easier games, and then it gets kind of rough. We'll really see what this Vikings team is made of. Because I think Caleb Williams is better than Matthew Stafford. I do not care what happened in the Commanders game. I do not care. Caleb Williams is better than not Matthew Stafford, better than Sam Darnold.
Well, say it, dude. What?
No, not yet. We'll see what happens, but not yet. I think Kyler Murray, even though Call of Duty's out, is better than Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I think Kirk Cousins is better than Sam Darnold. Then they play Caleb Williams. I think he's better. I think Geno Smith's better.
Yeah.
I know Jordan Love's better, and I know Jared Goff's better.
Yeah.
So we're really going to see like that difference. Can he keep up? Can he keep playing at a high level? Because I think he outcoaches. I think they have the better coach in all those games except the Packers and the Lions game. But can Sam Darnold play at or just barely below the level of the other quarterbacks? That's the key for the Vikings moving forward.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that's kind of the way that I see that. Yeah, I think we were both kind of right about him. You know,
overrated, man.
I'm like, I love Jettas. Yeah, I think he's the best wide receiver in the NFL by like a decent margin. With all due respect to guys like Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase and a lot of great players, but I don't trust Sam Darnold, man. I just don't. I really don't.
I mean, before this season, he had 9 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns. Last time he had 19 touchdowns was like 2010. That's what my stats say over here, according to PFF. And that's how you can know he's overrated, man. He had a cute little run, and we had my Thelma party, woohoo, happy birthday, but move on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, they had a great 5-game run. That is still the best division in football, I think. It's still really tight. So we'll see. They have to play the Bears twice. They get the Lions again. The Lions, my Super Bowl pick, is looking so good right now. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I want to move quickly to the Rams. They can still win their division. They could still win the NFC West. I really do believe that. They got their guys back. They're getting healthier. They have the best quarterback in the division.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they have the best coach in the division. So we'll see what happens. I mean, that's a really close division. No one's really pulled away from that yet. But, I mean, do you have any other thoughts about the Rams or Vikings?
I mean, thank God Cooper Kupp and took his back place, man. I was really ripping about the Rams, bro.
Yeah, I know. I just they were riddled with injury. They were able to stay afloat with a couple wins, a big one over the Niners, which I think will be big down the stretch.
Yeah.
So, things like that, but really looking forward to see how both of those divisions shake out. But we're going to move over to the Bears Commanders game really quickly. Battle of the rookies. I didn't think that either of these guys played great. I think Jaden was obviously a little better than Caleb. Guys, the Hail Mary, we cannot sit here and say that the Hail Mary was Jaden Daniels. Like, it was all him. He got the ball in the end zone, which is what you're supposed to do, but it got batted up by a defender from the Bears. And it, thankfully for the Commanders, Noah Brown was just sitting there, grabbed it, won the game, Hail Mary. They won 18-15. Caleb Williams had his worst game in a while. 131 yards, 59 passer rating, 10 for 24. Pretty rough off the bye. You really don't want to see that. I mean, he did not play great. He did hurt his Rookie of the Year chances with that one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he could still win it. Obviously, there's a lot of football left to play, but the Commanders moved to 6-2, number 1 in the NFC East. Jaden Daniels again, plays a good enough game to win. Obviously, I mean, and then he just got the lucky bounce at the end. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. I don't mean that as like a detriment to him at all. But I mean, what's your takeaway from this? Like, what's the thing here?
Well, I got one problem with this game. And that's that guy, that's the safety for the Bears celebrating.
I think it's 29, number 29. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what, bro? What are you doing? The game's not over yet, bro.
It's not over. Hey, he's pointing at the. And what's funny, he was the one that batted the ball up. Okay,
there you go, James. You got James.
So
man.
It actually, if he stayed over there and just talked, like heckled the fans, the Bears probably win the game. That's the funny part. He should have just stayed over there, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I tell you what, that pass though was pretty crazy.
He got it. He got it to the end zone, which is what you want. Just
Yeah, just
have a
throw it up,
chance.
man.
Just get it to the end zone. Yep.
I thought at first he was gonna get sacked. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, he's gonna get sacked, game's over. But no, but yeah, I don't know why still like
Excuse me.
celebrating towards like the game's not over yet, man.
It's not
Can't
over.
do that. You can't
Can't
do that, man.
can't do it. Can't
That's
do
like
it.
that's like me celebrating. That's like me being Nick in Call of Duty, and then but I'm winning. But the next thing you know, it comes up and beats me.
Mm-hmm. The
I'm
only
celebrating
difference is
early.
that the only difference is between those two is you never were leading in the first place in Call of Duty, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hey guys, what y'all think about Call of, bro? Comment below. But you know what? I can't believe like I was celebrating him towards the end of the game.
Mm.
I can't believe that.
It's not over. It's
And
not over till it's over.
you got Ben and Bud for that.
He
That's
did,
how.
and then he popped the ball up, and it's just, yeah, it was rough. I still think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in this class. Jaden Daniels is obviously fantastic. He'll likely win Rookie of the Year because they might win the NFC East, and he beat Caleb in the head-to-head, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, I think the Bears will be fine. My only worry for the Bears is their head coach, Matt Eberflus.
He has to be gone, bro.
He's got to be gone.
If not, then that team should be drug tested for that.
If I was Ryan Poles, the Bears GM, right now, like literally right now, he's Central Time in Chicago, so 10:02 p.m. I'm calling the Lions and I'm saying, hey, can we interview Ben Johnson for our head coaching job next year? Ben Johnson is the Lions offensive coordinator. I'm literally calling him right now and I'm saying, can we interview him right now? Because he with Caleb. You've seen what he's done with Jared Goff, who I think is a physically limited quarterback in comparison to Caleb Williams. Like, that's what I'm doing. Eberflus he's got his chance. The issue with head coaches who are coaching for their job is they don't care about the development of their quarterback because they're just trying to get wins. It doesn't matter how. They're just trying to get wins. So the Bears fall to 4-3. It's still over 500. A lot of football left to play, but their division's really hard. So we'll see how that all shakes up moving forward. Moving on here to the death of the New York Jets. The New York Jets, led by one of the two worst errands in New York, lose to the Patriots 25-22. Guys, in this game, Drake May played about, let me see, I think he played 5 seconds, literally. I mean, he threw 6 passes in this game, guys. The Jacoby Brissett and Ramondre Stevenson, and how do the Jets lose this?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Here's the deal with Aaron. Here's the deal with Aaron Rodgers. This might be the worst season he's ever had in his career.
I think it's worse than last year. And last year he didn't even play.
I mean, I don't know, but I can't. I think it's time for him to hang it up. This Jets team is going down to a death hole, man. Like, they need some rebuilding. Their defense is terrible. It's really bad. Devontae Adams ain't showing any improvement at all. But I don't think he even played. I don't think he even played yesterday. No, he didn't.
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Well,
he was 4 catches for 54 yards, no touchdowns.
Oh, okay, I see that now. Okay,
yeah.
Well, so Aaron got the guy he wanted.
He got both the guys he wanted, Lazard and Devontae Adams.
And he won in call last year, I mean.
Yeah.
Jets, it's over.
It's over. Their season's done. It's done.
Aaron Rodgers, you're not that bad, man. You're just bad. You're just a bad man. And he's thinking up to join in Gotham City, where people called you Bruce Wayne, bro. And he had a 233 yard receiving yards day. He had 2 touchdowns. Cool. Good for you, bro. But when are you going to stop complaining about the team? Nick, do you realize every single time he plays a team, it says, "Oh, I got to play better. I got to play better. Got to play better." Where's your improvement at, bro? He missed mandatory minicamp in the off season.
Yeah.
And then this is what he's showing right now. He's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady the only quarterback I've ever seen in the history of the NFL at age 40 has carried a team was Tom Brady.
I mean, Tom Brady was almost like 50 when he was leading the Bucks team. Like, there was no excuse.
And then, but you know what? This is Tom Brady. You ain't Tom Brady, brother. You're just Aaron Rodgers. And this is hurting your legacy, bro. And if I'm you, man, after this year, I'm calling it quits. Because you're hurting your legacy, Aaron Rodgers. You're hurting your legacy. That's all I gotta say about Aaron.
Yeah, it's rough. It seems like Jeff Ulbrich, the Jets interim head coach, just doesn't really have a hold on the team. I get no one likes Robert Saleh. His thing is defense. And when he was there, the defense was playing well. He's not there anymore. They give up 25 to the Patriots, guys. Drake May was injured. He didn't play for barely any of the game. Jacoby Brissett, all due respect to him, he's a career backup. He comes in and beats Aaron Rodgers. The best you can do with Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson is 22 points, Aaron. That's it. It's over. It's over. Whoever picked the Jets to win the division,
Greeny.
There was a lot of people.
Greeny, bro. I did too. I will admit.
I mean, you did too.
Before the episode that got debunked.
You're lucky. You're lucky that episode never dropped. That's for sure.
No, I'm sorry, guys.
But
I'm sorry. Beg me for forgiveness. I'm sorry, guys.
In that episode, I picked the Bills to win the division, and I'm very glad I did so because the Jets hype train. It's over. You're 2-6. Pack it up. It's done. It's over. You're not catching the Bills. You're not going to make the playoffs. It's over. It's over. It's over. I mean, this is the worst offense with the best players I've ever seen. Their offense looks like I'm sorry, the Bo Nix Broncos offense looks way better than the Jets offense.
Even I think offense, bro, looks better than that.
Okay. I don't know about that. We'll talk about the Cowboys in a bit, but just man, really rough.
They're highlights better than this team, bro.
It's just there's no movement, no pre-snap movement. Aaron Rodgers isn't the physical freak he used to be, so he can't just throw the ball anywhere he wants to. Just, anyways, I think
that's what I mean. His IQ is so low, bro, in football.
It
always has been.
I mean, it's just very strange because the moment that he can't physically be better than everyone, he starts to play like this. I don't know. Maybe he misses Matt LaFleur. I think he does a lot. Matt LaFleur's offense a lot, but he got everyone he wanted. Nat Hackett. He wanted Nat Hackett. He got him. He wanted Aaron. I almost said Aaron Judge. He doesn't want Aaron Judge. He wanted Devontae Adams. He got him. He wanted Aaron Lazard. He got him. I keep saying Aaron. I mean, he wanted Randall Cobb, and he got him. Right, Alan Lazard. I keep saying everyone's name is Aaron for some reason. He wanted all these guys. Does he know that there's no more 2012 Packers to get anymore? Do you think he called Clay Matthews on the phone, was like, hey, man, you going to come out of retirement and play on the Jets with me? He might have. Yeah, dude, maybe he called Jordy Nelson and David Bakhtiari and said, let's all have a reunion, guys. Aaron, it's done. You can't get back the glory from 2011. You can't. You leave it there and try to be like a good football player, actually. I know you're not even watching this and you never will. Who cares? It's just bad. It's just bad. I'm the Jets suck. Let's just move on from there. They're horrible. Yeah. Let's move over to a slightly better team. Kansas City Chiefs take on the Raiders. They won again. They're 7-0. The Chiefs are good. Their defense is good. Mahomes played really solid. I thought his interception, so it was in the end zone. The ball got tipped, and he was hit while throwing. So it was a little rough.
Yeah.
But his defense bailed him out, and they didn't give up a touchdown because it was in his own end zone when he threw the ball. So they bailed him out. But other than that, I wanted to talk about this game because if you guys watched the bonus episode on the weekend, I did talk about DeAndre Hopkins. Now, DeAndre Hopkins went 2 for 29. Okay. But if anyone remembers what I said that he was going to be very useful on third down. Both of his catches were on third and long. Both of them were third and long. That is exactly why they got him. And guess who's awake? Travis Kelce is awake. He woke up. He woke up and he's going GOAT mode. I mean, he's been awesome the last 2 games. He's gotten the majority of the targets and then, spreading out around to other guys, Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, Noah Gray. I think DeAndre Hopkins will get more work as they keep working him in, but I knew he'd be an immediate impact on third down. But if you watch the game, what was your takeaway from this offensive performance from the Chiefs?
It was a lot better than it did like a couple weeks ago, last week for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know he was a little quiet too. Hopkins was, but he's just learning. He's still learning the game. The team still.
He did what he needed to do. Pick up big third downs.
Yeah, and on top of that, I tell you what, man, this team's the best team in football. This team's by far the best team in football. I mean, it's kind of like with I can't mention it because it's so true. Go watch Brady. People out there, go watch Brady and the Patriots. Go watch that team.
Mm-hmm.
When Brady was having a bad year, a bad game, he built him out. The defense did. With Rodney Harrison, built him out. Teddy Brisket built him out. Malcolm Butler, Damian Woody built him out.
Darrelle Revis.
Yeah, they built him out.
Yeah.
Because this team is so complete. It reminds me a lot of the Patriots, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? I tell you what, they're waking up now. They're waking up. Mahomes waking up, so is Kelce waking up. I mean, watch Worthy become number 2 receiver, and same with Hopkins.
Yeah. I really liked what I saw from Hopkins. I think one of his passes was a 3rd and 9, and one of them was like a 3rd and 12, something of that nature. That's what you need him for. You need those glue hands he has, and he played extremely well when they needed him to. And the targets he got, he made use of them, and he'll obviously get more work as the season goes on. And he had like 3 days with this playbook before he was even able to do anything, like to actually play. He only had 3 days to learn it. So this week with all the practices, it'll be better as Mahomes. He learns Mahomes timing, and Mahomes learns his timing out of his routes and things of that nature. But yeah, 7-0. I don't know how they keep winning, but they do. And until they aren't, undefeated, they're easily the best team in football. I mean, I think the Lions are the tier below them. I think that's probably it. I think the Lions are the closest to them, but we'll talk about that moving forward. But yeah, the Chiefs, I thought it was a good game for the most part. I think Mahomes still hasn't had a Mahomes game yet, but I think it's coming. I think it's coming. I think he's going to have a crazy game soon.
She's going to shut everybody up. That's what he's going to do, man. He's going to say in your face.
Yeah, and I've been very, very. I mean, I'm totally okay with being critical of people who I like.
Yeah, same.
He hasn't played well. He's played well when he needed to. But I know if Mahomes was on this call right now, which would be awesome, Mahomes, you should hop on the playbook sometime.
Whoever can find his contact information, let me know.
Just let us know. We'll give him a call. But if he was here right now, he would tell everyone that he's playing bad, because he does it at every post-game press conference. I'm playing bad. I need to be better. And he wants to play better. And I think with a guy like him, he'll eventually get there. And you know when he's going to play his best game is going to be in the Super Bowl, because that's the kind of guy he is. So
yeah, you can't count him out.
No, and great team, great coach, great defense. He's got weapons. Yeah. So moving on here, we're going to talk about another AFC team real quickly here. So the Texans play the Colts. They pull out a win 23-20. I don't really want to talk about the games what happened in the game. By the way, Stephon Diggs is out for the remainder of the season with a torn ACL. Praying for him in a speedy recovery. That's unlucky. It is in a contract year, so I'm hoping that he'll be able to recover and be able to find a place to call home next year if it's not the Texans. But praying for him. But Anthony Richardson literally quits on his team in the third quarter, pulls himself out of the game, and said he's tired. And then the Colts announced earlier today that Joe Flacco is going to be the starter moving forward. I mean, what do you make of this?
And I said about Joel Embiid a couple of minutes ago. This guy was the best athlete to say in the combine.
Mm-hmm. He's a freak athlete. He's a freak athlete.
He really is. I think he ran a 4.2, I believe, something like that. But 4.2, something like that. I don't know what he ran, but
I'll pull it up. Go ahead.
He was the best athlete to say in the combine. He's only 22 years old, and say he's tired. Now, when I first heard this about, I was like, "There's no way this guy said this about. There's no way this guy said this." Turns out it was true. And kind of like I said about Joel Embiid, if you ain't committed to playing in the game you love, why are you even considering the NFL or the NBA? Because of money? Money ain't gonna get you nowhere. Money won't get you that long in life. Joe Flacco he wants to play in the NFL. This guy came off from the couch last year, took a team to a deep playoff run. By the way, with the Browns. I'm disappointed in Anthony Richardson for that. Mm-hmm. He's a professional athlete. If I told Kenny one day, or even you, Nick, and Jaden, oh, I don't want to be on anymore, I'm tired. Y'all better criticize the heck out of me on the podcast that night. Y'all better do that. Kenny, if you watch this, Kenny, if I ever said I'm tired and committed to it, then you might as well get rid of me, bro. Get rid of me, Kenny, because and criticize me on the air too. Do that, please. That will never happen, though. That will never happen. I'll never say that. But you know what? If I get to that point, y'all better put me in check. Kenny always told me you get one chance in life. Take full advantage of that one chance because it won't last forever. He's not taking this one chance at all personally in his life. He's the NFL quarterback he's a quarterback for a Colts team.
Mm.
I thought this guy was to be special. He was special out in where do you play?
Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
Special in college. And he said he's tired, quits on his team. How do you think the running backs feel, man? The receivers feel.
How about his offensive linemen?
How do you think they feel?
His defensive linemen.
How do you think they feel? Are they tired? They tired too. Heck, I'm tired, right? I'm not tired, but you know what? I mean, the more I'm tired, but I still go to work every day because I have a goal and a mission to become great in this industry. Man, that's insane to me. How you think every athlete feels, bro, after a game? LeBron's 40 years, almost probably 40 years old, and he will never say he's tired. He says I'll never get one game. I don't know if you saw I was on TikTok. I don't know if you saw this thing, but he says LeBron said this about tiredness. He said tired's only in the mind, bro. We're tired in him is only in his mind. That's not in my mind at all. Not his body. A professional athlete quit on a team. Come on, man. Come on. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he's very young. He's got obviously a lot of maturing to do. He's still a special athlete. I think if he matures and really takes on the responsibility he has as a professional quarterback, that he can eventually be a great player. He's 6'4". He weighs 250 pounds. He runs a 4.4 40. I found it. Freak athlete, has a special arm. He just needs some time. I think he needs to sit back and watch a guy like Joe Flacco, a professional who's been doing this his entire life, and just learn from him. And Anthony Richardson's best quality is he's young.
Yeah.
He didn't do this as a 30-year-old. He didn't do this as a 35-year-old. He still has a lot of time to be great, and I think he can be. But it's going to take a mental change, right? So, hey, I'm rooting for him as a person. I hope that he's able to mature and find that the professionalism and learn behind Joe Flacco. And I think this is a good move for the Colts. I think Joe Flacco gives them the best chance to win, and I think Joe Flacco gives Anthony Richardson the best chance to become a professional athlete and really develop into his own. So I think that's a really good move by Shane Steichen. I really like that. But yeah, man, we're gonna move on here real quickly. I just want to briefly talk about the Eagles-Bengals. Eagles win 37-17. Bengals dropped to 3-5. I mean, it's probably over for the Bengals.
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot for them to dig out of the hole, but I don't really want to belabor the point here. I don't want to talk about them too much because we do have to talk about the Cowboys still, and that's going to get ugly. So, yeah, I mean, Eagles played a great game. Jalen Hurts finally, he didn't have any turnovers. I bet all Saquon Barkley fantasy owners were really mad because Saquon would have a crazy run and get him to the 1 yard line, and then they do the tush push and take that touchdown away. But points are points. They're 5-2, a game back of the Commanders. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. The Bengals they start off too slow, man.
Joe Burrow's a disappointment. What's this guy doing in the offseason? What is this guy doing in the offseason, man? What is he doing in the offseason?
I don't know.
His coach is on the line. His coach is definitely on the line, man. And so is Nick. I mean, Sirianni with his buzz cut did something to that Eagles team, man.
Yeah, I mean, they finally they're kind of getting out of their little slump that they were in. I think Zach Taylor's job is on the line. I don't know, like, you have a talented roster, at least offensively. I don't think they're the best defensively. You have Joe Burrow, who a lot of people think is at least top 3, and one guy in particular thinks is the best quarterback in the NFL. You probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you have Jamar Chase, who's at worst the 3rd best receiver in football. You have T. Higgins, who's I think he's the best number 2 receiver. Yeah. And I think he could be a number 1 elsewhere. You have these guys. Obviously, T didn't play. And I kind of noticed something. When T. Higgins doesn't play, the Bengals just lose.
Because I don't know, man. That team.
It's just, I don't know. We're going to move on from this, but it's just really disappointing that the Bengals just put themselves in this deep hole and they can't keep getting into an 0-3 start or a 1-3 or 2-3 and expect to be able to make the playoffs consistently. Especially in the AFC. It's just not going to work out for them. But yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to I don't even want to talk about these bums, but I guess we will for a little bit. We've kind of already unloaded on the Cowboys a couple times.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm going to give everyone some context. Okay, so the 49ers, no Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, they still don't have him. No, I mean, their second running back goes down. Jordan Mason goes down. So they're starting Isaiah Guerendo. I hope I said his last name, or Isaac Guerendo. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Rookie running back. Deebo Samuel was able to go, but he's obviously still feeling the effects of his illness.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk's out. They're off of a pretty rough stretch. They lost. I think they had back-to-back losses. No. So they lost 2 of the previous 3. They lost to the Cardinals. They beat the Seahawks, and they lost to the Chiefs. Got kind of owned by the Chiefs. And then the Cowboys flipping over, coming off of a bye, playing for their season, a revenge game because the Niners continually beat them. And then they start the game a whopping, and they start the game pretty the first 2 quarters, it's 10-6 in the Cowboys' favor. They come out in the 3rd quarter. The Niners score 21. At that point, it's 27-10 and the game's over. Fire Mike McCarthy. I don't even care what you do with Dak anymore. I don't care. Do whatever you want to. Trade him, cut him, send him to the G League. There's not even a G League in the NFL. Make one just for him. Just go.
The
XFL. I mean, you could take him to the XFL. Trade him for The Rock. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I seriously don't care. There's no running game. I mean, there's none. You know, it would have been really awesome. Derrick Henry would have been great, but no. Let's give Dalvin Cook a chance. Let's give Ezekiel Elliott a chance. Rico Dowdle's got out. The offense just can't do anything. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm not gonna let Brock Purdy slide too in that game. He played terrible. He didn't play good at all. I think that one play he had but still he still didn't play good at all. Today on NLC Sports Radio, Nick, we had a beat writer for the Cowboys call in today, and she said that there's no way of fixing this team at all. Because right now, Nick, their run defense is a 43, and then their defense overall rating is a 53.
PFF stats for everyone wondering.
It's running 61.
This is all bad.
Passing 63. Offenses is 64. And their overall rating is 65. The Niners, the Baltimore team that had the Derrick Henry could have gotten. The running is a 91 with Derrick Henry. And this team, we should not have paid that $263 million. That might be the worst contract I've ever seen in my life.
The fact that Dak doesn't make that much less than Shohei Ohtani is the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard in my life.
The fact that Stephen A. Smith is making less than Dak Prescott. I know he's an analyst on ESPN. He's brought more revenue to the Cowboys than what he's done for ESPN than Dak Prescott's done for the Cowboys in 8 years. He's not worth – Dak ain't worth that much money at all. He ain't worth that at all. He's not a good leader. I'm going to say it again, Nick. And I said this the last couple weeks ago, too, in Virginia. He's not a good leader. He's a good player, but he ain't great. I mean, Mike McCarthy, he's a terrible coach. He's a bad coach. Jerry Jones might be the worst owner in the history of the NFL.
Well, he's the worst GM, that's for sure. And when it comes to free agent and trading, worst GM ever.
He is. Why is he this guy in the Hall of Fame? I don't understand why he's in the Hall of Fame.
Because Jimmy Johnson got him in the Hall of Fame. That's why.
Robert Kraft, Nick, ain't in the Hall of Fame at all. He's a six-time Super Bowl champion for the Patriots. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. You know what the Cowboys need, Nick? So, have you ever watched Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Cowboys need. They need Gordon Ramsay to fix the franchise, because I don't know what they can fix no more. They need Gordon Ramsay in that locker room, bro. They need Gordon Ramsay in their team overall, because this team is going downhill, bro. I turned 22 a couple of days ago. I don't think I ever seen them. I don't think they'll win when I'm 30 years old. I might be dead. I don't know if my kid will see them win, bro. With Jerry Jones. This team, they have a 38 tackling overall rating in PFF. 38, man. Overall 65, really? Last year they had an 89 passing rating, Nick. Overall rating was a 95. They had no run game at all. I don't know what this team can do now. Nick.
So, what the Cowboys need to do. So, Jerry, pull your pen, pull your paper. Get ready, okay? First off, Jerry sells the team, okay? The new owner moves them to a different city. I don't even care where. Alaska. Anchorage, Alaska. Move them to Alaska. Rename them the Gold Miners. I don't care. the Alaskan ears, doesn't matter. Change the logo, change their colors, fire Mike McCarthy, cut every player except for Demarion Overshone, the only player on the team who looks like he actually cares about playing football. Cut them all but him. So you start with him. He's the young edge, the young pass rusher on the defense. So he's your starting player. And you, I mean, I don't care. You just start going around and just asking people if they've ever played football to get him on the team, and they're probably going to have more heart and effort.
Oh, yeah.
It's an embarrassment. It's truly and wholeheartedly embarrassing. The corners can't tackle. Trevon Diggs, you're overrated. And I've seen videos of him getting angry and upset at reporters for reporters asking him questions. Dude.
That's their job.
It's their job to ask you questions. And the second thing, you're not playing well enough to get mad at anybody. You're not playing well enough. This defense is bad. The offense can only play when they're down by 3 scores. That's it. That's the only time, because Dak, will pad his stats. But real quickly, and then I just don't want to talk about the Cowboys anymore. Dak, they have a chance. It's 24-30. Dak has the ball. They have a chance to go down and score and win the game. The first pass Dak makes is to 3 Niners. And it was a miracle from God that it didn't get intercepted. And then he threw a really nice pass to Turpin. I'm not going to lie, that was a dime.
Yeah.
Turpin drops it. And then and then they don't get the first down. They go 4 and out. It's just, when you watch a Chiefs game and the Chiefs are down, they're losing. Mahomes has the ball to go win. You know what I do? Chiefs are going to win the game.
Yeah, same.
They're down by 7. They're probably going to win the game still. There's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're down by 7. Give me the Chiefs. Super Bowl a couple of years, down by 10 in the fourth. I'll take the Chiefs. Down by 3 with literally 12 seconds left versus the Bills. Yeah, Mahomes is going to march them down and they'll get a field goal and they'll tie it and win it in overtime. The Super Bowl last year, they're down by multiple scores in the Super Bowl. Mahomes is going to win. If the Cowboys are winning, they're up by 10. I'm like, they're probably going to lose. Mm-hmm. Let alone being down by 7. There was no doubt in my mind they were going to lose that game. If you pick the Cowboys, pack it up. If you're a Cowboys fan, just give it up, man. It's over. The team is horrible. They have no leadership. They have no direction. Their head coach is horrible. Their starting quarterback, he's just broken.
He's overrated. It's what he is.
It's just the team. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I want to move on.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal. The Dallas Cowboys. I know. I'm gonna say it again. This was Tom Brady, bro. What would he have done on this team? He would hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, real quickly, I just want to. We're going a little over, so we'll probably wrap it up after this. We'll talk about one more thing and then we'll wrap up. But I just want to see somebody throw a tablet on the sideline of the Cowboys. I don't care if it like hits up another player in the head. Like, just say you're sorry. I just want to see some kind of like frustration and anger on the sideline. Like I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, and you know this. Yeah, right? I'm not a big Tom Brady fan. There was no denying that man had a ton of passion and a ton of care for the game. He would slam his helmet. He would slam his tablet. He would just blow up his offensive line, blow up his receivers. And you look on the Cowboys sideline, and they all just sitting there, blank faces, lifeless, soulless. That's the coach's fault, and that's the quarterback's fault.
Yeah, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm cutting everybody, except for Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey and Demarion Overshone, can stay. Everyone else go away.
Dude,
just get out of my face, please.
Like, Like
Excuse me.
on 806 Sports Radio. She said this on the air. She said that I don't know if anybody can fix this team, by the way, with Jerry Jones on this team. Because Jerry Jones has let the Cowboys fans down. After Dak Prescott is almost overhyped, overrated QB. Here's the deal, Nick. I never agree with Skip Bayless on Undisputed about Dak Prescott. But at first I thought, he's just lying. He's mad. You know what? Skip's been right about Dak Prescott for 8 years. He's been right about him for 8 years, bro. He's been right for him. He said he's overrated, overhyped, overpaid, and that's it. That's a fact. You know what he is? This guy, I could play better QB than this guy, bro. I probably help you because you know why? I'm competitive. I hate losing. I don't like losing at all. No passion at all from Dak Prescott. Overrated. He's overhyped.
Nobody like has the fire. Like
neither Michael Parsons, bro.
Like when CD just kind of like pouts. Like I think he's a great player, but and I don't think his responsibility to like get everyone hyped. But you know what Michael Irvin would be doing on that sideline?
Man,
he'd be blown if Playmaker was on the sideline. I see him on the sideline for Miami games, and he has more passion and drive and desire than it. I'm so sick of the Cowboys. I ripped myself from the fandom. I excommunicated myself from the fandom, and I'm still sick of them. It's just like in Spider-Man, when he's got the Venom suit on, he's trying to rip it off, and the Venom suit just snaps back onto him. That's me with the Cowboys because I can't get the stench off of me. I can't get the Cowboys nasty off of me. I take a shower and I try to scrub it off, and it's still there. I need to bleach myself. It's just disgusting.
Dude, I can't. This team is so bad, bro.
It's embarrassing.
Dude, Emerald High can beat them probably.
It's embarrassing.
Texas Tech can beat this team, bro.
I don't know about that.
Dude, come on, stop. You know darn well.
Taj Brooks would probably have like 300 yards on him. That is true.
But here's the deal. Dallas Cowboys, here's the deal. Dak Prescott, you're no longer an America's team. You've never been America. You've been America's team for not been for 30 years.
You haven't been since 1995.
You never have been.
Or 96.
I mean, you only won because of Jerry Jones because of Jimmy Johnson, not because of yourself.
No.
You know what's crazy, Nick? They drafted the most all-pro players on this team for the past decade. Not one ring to show for it.
What, 2 playoff wins?
That's it. That's literally it. That's really it, Nick. I don't know any franchise in any sport that is this overhyped and this overrated than the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones is the most overrated GM owner of all time. He should never be in the Hall of Fame. Shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame at all.
It's bad. It's really bad. Sorry to all the Cowboys fans. I'm sorry. It's bad. It's rough. Just watch something else. Watch other teams play. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The Cowboys are going to lose, and they're going to lose, and they're going to lose. And it's just rough. It's just bad. We're going to move on. Thankfully, we went a little long, so we're going to have to skip talking about Texas Tech, which is so unfortunate. They lost.
Yeah,
they suck too. There you go. We're going to move on real quickly here, guys. We went a little long. We talked quite a long time about basketball, but real quickly here, I got to do the F1 corner because I missed it last week. I missed my F1 corner last week. Real quickly, Mexico Grand Prix, Carlos Sainz, Ferrari, they go ahead and take the win. Huge win for Carlos Sainz. Really happy for him because anyone who follows F1 knows he's going to Williams and he's probably never going to win again. But shaping up to be a really good season. I guess the second half of the season is going to finish really interesting. A couple people in the race for it's kind of just between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris for the Drivers' Championship. But the constructors, Ferrari takes a lead over over Red Bull. So Yeah, really interesting. It's been a great season. Carlos Sainz had a fantastic race. He won from pole. It was great. So yeah, if you haven't watched F1, I recommend giving it a shot. Watch some videos on YouTube that explain it so you understand it, and then go jump into it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. We went a little longer than normal. We try to keep it right around an hour and a half. We went about 15 over. You can thank LeBron James and the Cowboys for that. But yeah, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Be on the lookout. We might have a special guest on the way. We'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know more about that as the time comes. That might be another bonus episode, but just keep on the lookout. We're really excited for the future of the pod, and get some other people on here, and hopefully the whole crew will be back next week. Hopefully Jaden starts to feel better. So, alrighty, guys, like and subscribe, bell notifications, all the stuff. Make us your background. Take a screenshot of us and just make us your background so you never forget about us. I'm obviously kidding, but yeah, guys, that wraps it up for us. We appreciate you guys tuning in as always, and we will see you again next week, or maybe the weekend, depending on how things shake up. So appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, night, whenever you're listening, and we really appreciate it. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Salute.
Salute, guys. Salute.